Good morning. It is currently 9:49 a.m. on Sunday, March 22nd, 2015. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I slept in today. This is 5 more minutes. I doubt it will actually come across on the recording, but if you were here in my apartment right now, you'd be hearing an amplified voice on a PA system right now, because there is literally the finish line of a 5K right outside my window. Well, I have a little, balcony porch area, and it's in the street, right past the sidewalk, and it's right there. If I were to go look outside my blinds right now, I would see a bunch of people in coats on both sides of a track, and people not in coats wearing little numbers running across a line, and a PA system announcing their names as they go by, and there's lots of them, so that's exciting. What else? I am still groggy even though I slept in. In fact, perhaps because I slept in. Last night I was up late, but because I was on a podcast with Dave Slusher, an episode of his podcast Evil Genius Chronicles. I was on there with Chooch and Viv and Nutty, my co-hosts from Beyond the Wall, our Game of Thrones podcast, and that's really what we were there to talk about, because he's just gotten into the TV show, and so he's been watching old episodes of our podcast, or listening, I guess, in conjunction with rewatching the series, which is kind of fun. And so he had us on to talk about it, and that was an awful lot of fun. I love those people, and I love Game of Thrones, and so who wouldn't love an opportunity to talk about Game of Thrones with people you love, right? So fun. Anyway, and I know he watches these videos too, so hi. Today I have, in about an hour and a quarter, the first class of my Improv 401. Sounds very fancy and official. What that means is that I've been doing it for 6 months. I've had 3 class sessions that are 8 weeks each, and then a couple weeks in between each. And so anyway, though, 401, and I'm interested to see what 401 is going to be like, because it's structured a little bit differently than the others, I guess, because it's not just about all kinds of scenes. It's about specifically doing a structure of improv called the Herald. And the Herald is, I'll probably be able to explain it better after I've taken a class on it, but the basic idea is that you start with a suggestion, and then you do a montage, a short montage, which is just a whole bunch of just like isolated sentences, just thoughts about that suggestion. And then you do 3 scenes that are all connected to the suggestion in some way, and usually inspired by something that was in the montage. But the 3 scenes should be different from each other, interpreting the suggestion in different ways. And then I think something else happens, like another little interlude, but then you have a second set of 3 scenes that are basically continuing from the first 3 scenes. Like, you revisit those characters in that situation, I think. Well, I'm about to go take a class on it, and so I will be able to report back at some point, excuse me, whether or not I am describing it accurately or not. And so anyway, I'm interested. Improv is lots of fun. This having one during the day on a weekend instead of normally I've been trying to take the classes, in the evening on a weekday, but was not able to get into the Monday night one this week, which is, I kind of preferred that for my schedule, but then also a whole bunch of my classmates from my previous classes were going to be in that one, so that was a little bit disappointing, but some of them, classmates from previous classes, are going to be in the one today too, so it works out okay, I suppose. Anyway, that looks like 5 minutes, and so remember, you can find all the stuff I do over at christianaellis.com, and I will talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.